Do you not really recognize the shape of your body anymore? Like, if you're like me, I have morphed a little bit since getting a little bit older and not quite sure how to dress. Like, that's how I was a couple of years ago. I had gained some weight during COVID. I had gone through menopause, and all of a sudden, I didn't recognize who I was anymore, my body, as well as, a few little wrinkly things and so on about that as well. We all go through that, and I want to help you out today to talk a little bit about body shapes, some of the tools you can use to learn how to dress the best for your body that you have right now, and learn to love the skin that you're in. So, are you ready to dive in? Let's go. Okay, my friend, we are back and we're going to talk about loving the skin you're in. So my name is Tina Schwan. I'm a personal stylist, and I founded my program Real Style for Real Life, and also Style Society, which is my membership. And I have 3 pillars to my styling business, personal styling business. The first one is clear the chaos. The second one is love the skin you're in. And the third one is have fun getting dressed. So we're talking about love the skin you're in today. We're going to talk about body shapes and give you some tools to use in how to dress for your current body shape. So here we go. There are 5 basic body shapes, and we're going to go over those. And then we're going to just talk a little bit about not specifics, but we're going to talk a little bit about things you can do to amplify the best parts, the parts you love and you want to show off, which we should all have them because you are beautifully made, my dear. And maybe the parts you want to downplay a little bit. I'm going to go into some specifics about certain things you should wear, maybe certain things you might want to stay away from. But at the end of the day, you get to wear whatever the heck you want to. But let's get going here. So 5 body shapes. And yes, every body is beautiful. So the first 2 are the hourglass and the triangle or the pear. And I personally am kind of a mix of these 2. And the one thing I say about this all the time is that most women are a mix of a few different body shapes. The first one is the hourglass shape. And that is where you have maybe a bit bustier. You have a good shoulder line, broad shoulders, but not overly broad. And then you nip in at the waist, and then we go back out toward the hip. Generous thighs and booty, I'll add to that. And then the leg to body ratio is pretty well balanced. So that's your hourglass. The second body shape that we talk about is a pear shape or a triangle, where you're narrow on the top, you have a smaller bust, slim arms, a tiny waist, curvier hips, and booty again, and curvy legs, and a longer body to leg ratio. So the reason I say that I am a mix of these 2, I'm just going to, and you can kind of translate this into whatever you think about yourself, but is I do have a pretty decent upper body, shoulders. I've got a chest, not huge, but a chest, right? And a little bit smaller waist. It's not quite as small as it used to be, but a little bit smaller waist. But then but my arms are not really slim. They're just sort of average, I guess. I do have the curvier hips, the curvier legs and booty. And then I do have that long torso, which I think for me that's really the defining factor with where I throw the pear in a little bit. Okay, 3 more to go. We have the inverted triangle, where you have the broader shoulders and still a full bust, thicker waist though. And then your hips are smaller. You have more of a flat bottom and you have slim legs and possibly a little bit larger upper arms. We have the up and down rectangular shape, and that is where you're kind of equal between all the parts of your body. So you've got a straight line pretty much from your shoulders to your bust to your waist to your hips and on down. Straight up and down, smaller bust, not really a defined waist, slimmer hips, long, slim legs, and a long body. And then the last one is the apple shape or diamond shape. Proportions are a larger bust. They might have a little heaviness through those upper arms as well. Weight is carried around the middle, around your tummy area. Legs can be slim, and the bottom is generally flat. So again, you might have some of these various characteristics that go along. And I feel like apples can kind of show up in various phases of your life, post-menopause in particular. But might be times in our life where we have a little bit more thickness around the middle than other times. Maybe we just had a baby. Maybe we've gone through menopause. I mean, we shapeshift all the time, right? So that's why I'm here. Another thing to bring into play, and I don't have these on the graphic, specialty sizes. So the talls in clothing wise, at least in the US, are above 5'7". Petites are shorter than 5'4". And then we have plus size, which is kind of starts around size 14. Again, this is US sizing that I'm talking about, but they're cut a little fuller as well. And then they go up from there. So you can have any of these 5 body shapes, hourglass, the pear, the inverted triangle, the rectangle, and the apple, and still be petite. You could be tall, and you still can be plus size and still have all these shapes, if that makes sense, right? It's no wonder we're all confused. Top it off, just a side note, is the lovely fashion industry that I'm part of likes to mess with us, and every single brand and even different cuts within each brand have different sizing. So it really gets confusing. And a lot of us wear like somewhere between 3 different sizes. So for me, on my, in my ideal world, I would be a size 8, but sometimes I can wear an 8. Most of the time I wear a 10, and then sometimes I go up to a 12. So it's just the way it is. That's just the way it is. And that's why a lot of people that I help one-on-one with their styling, we are grabbing all different kinds of sizes, and it's a process to figure out what works. So here are some space amplifiers, things that you can do to really play up the areas that you love about your body. Vibrant colors, bold prints, sparkle and shine, texture, shoulder pads, embellishments like ruffles or collars, right, that are a little bit wider, strategically placed pockets, fun zipper detailing like on your lapels or even on your jeans. Or accessorizing can really make or break an outfit and change the way the eye moves of the beholder. Sleeve treatments. I'm a sucker for a good sleeve treatment, like what this lady has on, who, by the way, how stunning is she? Pant leg styles. Whew, we get caught up in pant leg styles, do we not? Skirt shape and length, and then pleats. Moving on to space minimizers. So tools to minimize certain areas. Everybody always talks about, oh, I just wear black. Okay, well, if you wear all black, I mean, certainly a lot of people can rock that look, and you don't have to wear all black. You can wear other dark colors to minimize areas, and there are some beautiful dark colors out, or muted tones even, like maybe a muted plum or a dark blue or dark olive. Those kind of things can function really as a neutral in a way, even though there's color to it. Structured fabrics, a little more thickness and structure to a fabric, a good lining in a blazer, things like that. Smaller prints can minimize things. Belts. If you like belts and they feel comfortable for you, you can totally use belts to kind of create shape. If you don't have that shape or emphasize your shape, and we'll get into that here coming up too, stay tuned. And then structured silhouettes. Watch my channel at all, you know that I have a tendency to forget things sometimes. So I thought I'd just hop right in the middle of this and remind you to grab my quick start style guide. It is super easy, super short. I've cut out all the fluff, and I created a style guide just for busy women like us. So grab that in the description below. You'll be glad that you did. So here's some do's and don'ts. And as soon as I say do's and don'ts, I don't like it because it indicates that there are rules. So I'm not talking about rules. One of my friends who's a stylist along with me here in Omaha, Erin Stoll, I'm going to give her a shout out. She says tools, not rules. And I love that. I love that. So Erin, thank you for that little statement. Some do's if you have a larger upper half. A supportive, well-fitting bra. That should be on every single list. If you haven't had a bra fitting for a while, you should probably go get one. If it's been more than a year or 18 months and you haven't had a bra fitting and maybe things have changed a little bit in that department, go to a reputable bra specialty shop to get a bra fitting. I'm just going to leave it at that, and you decide where you're going to go. But we have a great local one, shout out, in the Omaha area. It's called Truly You. And I'll put their link down below so you can find their website and schedule your bra fitting. But I am pretty insistent when I do a one-on-one styling session that we go for a bra fitting. Back to dressing for a larger upper half. Skirts with volume. Okay, so the idea is we're creating balance, right, between the top and the bottom. So the top part, if you have a larger upper half or a more defined upper half, then we want to create that balance, and by using skirts or dresses that have skirts with volume. Printed, use that print to create that balance. Wide legs or flare leg pants. Now they're in right now, but what's in and what's out doesn't matter as much as what works for you. I'm not so much about the trends. I'm more about what works for you and what you feel comfortable in and what works to enhance your best features. Wide straps on tops, if you're larger on the upper half. Open necklines such as V-necks, scoop necks, and smaller prints. Don'ts, again, wear whatever the heck you want, but here's some ideas for you. Tops with large ruffles. You don't want to just make it even bigger with large ruffles. Spaghetti straps. Tops that are too small. I would also put that on every list. Super tight, skinny jeans. That only accentuates that, right? So you've got a little bit of a V shape going on, and then you show off the skinnies on the bottom. It doesn't create balance. Too tight skirts, high neck. Nice typo there, Tina. High neck tops and turtlenecks, balancing that larger upper half. Next up, thicker middle. Some do's for you. A-line skirts and dresses. So again, it's similar to that other thing we were talking about. It's going to nip in at the waist a little bit. I think wrap dresses are universally good looking on people because you can wrap that thing up and give you that V-neck and nip it in wherever your waist is, right? Wherever the smallest part is. It might be right underneath your bust, but that's a great way. And then it flows out. So that's where that A line comes in. If you didn't know what that was. V-neck tops, single button blazers and jackets. So I'm going to stand up so I can show you this, but like here is a single button. Now a double breasted has the two buttons here. Trouser cut pants. Wide leg jeans and pants are good for if you have a thicker middle. Belts around the smallest part of your waist. Now, I'm going to stop for a second. If you're not comfortable with belts, then if it's not comfortable for you, don't do it. And that's true for any of these. But if that's not comfortable for you and you feel like you can't breathe, then don't wear a belt. Open jackets over a column of darker color. A lot of my clients are plus size, and I have learned so much. The great look is to have that column of color, and then you've got, whether it's a dark color or a light color, it doesn't really matter. You can have a column of color, but then a contrasting jacket or sweater or cardigan, something over it that then makes that straight line down the middle. Don'ts for you. Again, wear whatever the heck you want. I'm just put it that way. We can do better than skinny jeans, leggings, low-rise jeans, boxy fit tops, tight sleeves, clingy fabrics, and double-breasted jackets. Okay, so those are some things to maybe steer clear of. So take that for what it's worth. All right, larger lower half. Here we come. These are mine. Do's are print tops. Like I have a nice printed jacket on right now. Embellished tops. I'm not a big fan of embellishment, but I do have a little bit of lace here on my cami that is there. So that's a little bit of an embellishment. Ruffles or wide lapels are helpful. Structured blazers and jackets. I got this going on, you guys. Dark pants and skirts and streamlined pants. So more straight and streamlined, not like a big flare at the bottom. Don'ts. Printed pants. I still wear printed pants. Bold colored pants or skirts. I still wear that too. So that's why they're tools, not rules. Thick materials on the bottom half. Too long of tops or tunics, because we talked about that. And I'll do a whole nother video about proportions, that rule of thirds. I think I've already done some posts about that, so you can peruse around for that, but I will do another video on that. And then embellishments or large back pockets. Okay. Again, if it's something you want to wear, go for it. But if you have a larger bootay like I do, I don't necessarily want big back pockets to draw the attention to that. But if you like your bootay and you want to draw attention to it, throw some pockets on those babies. Yeah, anyway, that's enough about that. It's all in what you want to emphasize, right? No judgments here. And then an hourglass, again, fit and flare silhouettes, pencil skirts just above the knee. You can rock those. Wrap dresses, I already talked about. They're awesome. Belted waist, close fitting apparel is fine for you. Tailored garments with structure for those hourglass people. Don'ts, shapeless tops. I always tell people, if you don't want to look shapeless, then don't wear clothing that is shapeless. And that doesn't matter what body shape you are. Okay. Don't hide underneath shapeless things. Micro minis might not work for you, but again, they might work for you. So take this for what it's worth. Tent dresses, again, we're getting away from that shape, so we're trying to accentuate your shape. Plunging necklines, low-rise pants and jeans, unstructured jackets, pocket details on the bust area, which those little lady jackets and sweaters are really in right now. So just a thought about that. And then large bulky knits. And the last one, the thin, not a lot of curves there. So do's, plunging necklines, ruffles, pockets, embellishments. If you like those things, you can rock them. If you don't like them, don't do it. Strategic seaming like princess seams. So those are the kind that come down your body. So seams like that. Figure hugging materials, absolutely. Backless silhouettes, lower waists, and on don'ts, ill-fitting garments. That should be on every list. Don't wear things that don't fit you. Overly baggy clothing, boxy shaped tops or dresses, and boxy cropped jackets. So that takes us through all of our body shapes, do's and don'ts, tools, not rules, right? So we've got the larger upper half, the apple, the pear, the hourglass, and the rectangular shape. And that's it. So if you have questions, please put comments down below. Also, one last reminder to grab my free quick start style guide. The link will be in the description. That's it. Body shape, tools, not rules. Don't forget to grab the quick start style guide. That's in the description below. Put your name on the wait list for the closet detox. I don't even know if I talked about that, but I have a closet detox challenge coming up January 11th, 2025. And also, last thing is Style Society. If you're interested in joining my Style Community membership, it's a monthly membership, really affordable, complete access to me every single day to ask any questions and learn all about my style tips and tricks for women our age. So check that out in the description below as well. I'll see you soon. Thanks so much, and God bless.